It is round 11 here on Fox League. Following up from Magic Round, Dragons and Warriors start a big day and night right here on Fox, and straight from the kickoff, Shaun Johnson has knocked on. It's a nightmare start for the Warriors.
Everyone's up.
Yes, you can acknowledge, you can put the hand up and all the rest, but Dragons in the box seat straight from the start of the game.
Yeah, you would think there's a lot of wind coming from that northern end of the field, but there's no breeze at all. But the ball, it was a beautiful kick from Cody Ramsey, hung up in the air, landed on the 10-metre line, and Shaun Johnson had to come forward to it and just misjudged it. A great start for the Dragons.
Scrum 10 metres out, right in front of the posts of the Warriors. What's the quickest try we've had this year? Dragons may threaten that. The stepper at 5'8" for the Dragons. Mamone with a run there, back for Hunt, bringing it back closer to the posts. Laurie with the ball. He's getting up in Twal territory, Blake Laurie, no tries through 89 matches. Now Hunt, dummy, out left, into the line comes Ramsey at fullback. First game in the NRL since round 3 this year. Back for Ramone, and there is Hunt dumping that one off. And Molo with those legs pumping there. 10 from the line, that's 4 tackles down. DeBellin, Hunt, this time lined out right. Ramone got a kick through. Oh, it hasn't been knocked dead. It's a try to Lomax. The clean-up work was not done by the Warriors in goal, when all they had to do was force it in goal, not knock it dead. And Lomax has his second try only for the season.
To be honest, Bossy, there wasn't much happening, and then Junior Ramone goes right into the line and gets a nice little grubber kick that was going to pull up right on the try line. And the Warriors player, I think it's Ewan Aiken, fumbles it backwards, can't get a good grip of it. And as I always say, the kick is only as good as the chase, and Zach Lomax gets on his bike and can't believe his luck.
It's come off Aitken's knee. And Ewan Aitken, this is one of his favourite grounds. He's got 10 career tries back in the day with the Dragons. That is such an unfortunate moment. So Johnson, drop ball kickoff. Aitken, ugly attempt. And as a result, Dragons 4-0 early.
Yeah, it was an unfortunate start from the kick. And obviously Nathan Brown, you don't want to start a big game like today with not catching the kickoff or forcing an error from the kickoff. And then the Dragons, the set was a bit clunky and it didn't look like it was a lot on. But as I said, Tautai Moan goes to the line, a real late kick. And in conditions like this, it just rained probably for a good hour before the kickoff, and they are slippery.
And the Dragons fans know first try so important. 6 tries, they've 6 times this season conceded the opening try. They've lost all 6 of those games, so they like to get the first 4-pointer statistically. Lomax has had a bit of trouble on the left of the posts this year, but not on the right. A 6-0 start to St George Illawarra. James Hooper on the sideline. Good afternoon.
Afternoon, Andrew. Afternoon, everybody. Cracking start from the Dragons, and the other good news at ground level is that there are some snippets of blue sky just starting to peek through. So fingers crossed, the wet weather may hold off. But underfoot at the moment, the surface is a heavy 10. It has been raining here for most of the day.
Heavy 10. So the Warriors yet to have a tackle in possession through 3 and a bit minutes. Walsh gets us into the next passage of play. And the throw to Fionney. He's a good one on the wing for the Dragons. His 8th game for the year. Moses Mbai. Now Sully will take the carry. Mbai again starting hooker this week. Looking at the Fox Sports Lab stats, he's only 1 win from 9 matches when he started at hooker. Moses Mbai, and that's 5 years ago in a game for the Bulldogs. Here he is taking them to the right side, and all thrown down. Solid defence there. That was Arcee on Sims. Sims got up looking, who got me there? 10 metres inside their own half, the Dragons. And Mbai back for Hunt to kick. The Warriors will know Hunt is in good 40-20 form this year. Here's Walsh bringing it back and into the clutches of Sully. So time for a bit of hard work. Roll the sleeves up, come out of their own 30-metre zone. Tenny Zalesniak with that hit up. The backs all getting a run in this set. Montoya taking that one, and now he gets in a tangle with Molo. Just with some hard running, the Warriors back up to halfway. Just Tavanga, as we mentioned, game 100 for him today, starting at hooker. Fanua Blake on that run. Last tackle, it's been stock standard stuff this set from the Warriors to get into the game. Johnson's bomb, 40 metres out. It'll test Ramsey. Ramsey, good take. Probably Watene Zalesniak could have had a better crack at that. He didn't look totally committed to trying to catch it.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be the first time they go to the air and try and test out the young fullback. He's played a lot of wing, but he is very, very good under the high ball. They had a bit of joy last week, the opposition against the Dragons, but I think that's a great start for Cody Ramsey, but also it's a great start for young Junior Ramon. He got a nice kick away. It's not always Ben Hunt that put in that last tackle play. And also Zach Lomax missed an important goal last week to take him 8 points out, but he gets up the first one today.
Yeah, that's true. I don't think we would have had golden point last week if Lomax got that conversion. Catch there taken by Walsh. So the Warriors start this set just outside their 20. The second possession of the match. Montoya, you heard the oomph in the tackle there. Laurie, Molo, the two front rowers in on a winger. And again, they're going with the blueprint, just one out running. Pompey on that run. Nothing overly creative so far. Now Fanua Blake pushes along, and Harris taken by Laurie low down and Moses Mbai. Johnson brings Vilea back in field, this young centre. Certainly one of great promise. Last play, Warriors, another kick from Johnson. And again, Ramsey called into play, and Ramsey, well, the jump looked awkward. He had the legs splayed, but the main thing is he caught it.
Yeah, he's got to be careful that he doesn't go up in the air when he doesn't have to. If the chase is not going to arrive, just keep your feet on the ground and get that catch. But he's a young fellow, he'll die trying.
He almost did the splits mid-air there, Cody Ramsey. So DeBellin with it for the Dragons. Hunt, and a long left. Ramsey has speed, he's almost, and he's gone too close to the sideline. Watene Zalesniak got him off his feet.
Thanks, mate. Fair play the ball.
And the momentum with the slide, Ramsey couldn't sort of fold himself up there.
Yeah, smart play from Dallin. Slippery conditions, you'll just let him say, if you want to go down that outside, well, you want to be good, because I'm going to come and get you eventually, and has good contact in and around his hips and just forces him towards that sideline. Just.
He moved a divot onto the sideline. The divot was taken from inside the field of play. It was certainly only centimetres in it.
Conditions like it is today, Vossi, those sidelines have got to be at least 5 to 10 metres in. If you're going down them, you get high-risk play. You've got to respect the football and not go down that outside channel.
Now Johnson, set restart. Oh, what a good tackle there to Bellin, but it is an opportunity for the Warriors. 30 metres away from the Dragons line. Johnson feeds it along. Harris, pass may be knocked down. He goes back for it under the attention of Laurie. Not touched, so play on Warriors. And no restart of the tackle count that time. 15 metres inside the Dragons' half. Early try to Zach Lomax, converted. Ozzy now moving it along for Pompey, close to that sideline. There's another one. Shane, go down and talk to the players, please.
Yeah, well, I'm sure that both coaches would have spoke to him before they come out today. You cannot go down that sideline. You've got to get back inside. When on any contact, they're just going to push you over. And we've seen it twice already. I'm sure there'll be a reminder message go down from both coaches. Get in, get away from that white chalk.
In the meantime, the Dragons bringing the ball back from their own 10-metre zone. They come into today sitting on 4 and 6. Both sides we're watching here
Good
11th and
contact.
12th on the ladder. Just to say the rain has stopped. It was very heavy for warm-up. It's now Mbai and Amon. Last week Amon did 12 runs of the footy against the Titans. He's a project, isn't he? He's a developing player. Young, and then ball turned over by the Dragons. That hurts. Molo curses himself as he gets up. And Warriors full set now, 30 metres away from the line. Vilea playing it. Harris, Fanua Blake. And a good march forward by the Warriors front rower. Former NYC captain at the Dragons. This their best chance of the match. Ruck infringement there. Set restarts. Johnson works with Aitken. Aitken with those compression socks up. The black boots, it's an odd look. Centre field. With it is Murdoch-Masila. 5 away from the line. Warriors looking to level up here. Slow play the ball from Murdoch-Masila. Harris, Johnson goes out the back. There's some stepping to be done. Dejanazi with the ball in his 4th game as a Warrior.
Jack DeBellin in a bit of trouble.
Called out there by the referee, but no set restart. Harris can't turn it offload. Good tackle, Molo. Over the top was Sems, and Tavanga from dummy half. He was a try scorer against the Rabbitohs last week. Looking for a milestone try there. Back on the last, Johnson got a low ball. He's kicked long and wide. Watani Zelezniak has kept it alive. And the Warriors have the try. Young centre, Vilea, scores another try, his 3rd in just his 7th game.
Wow, I think he's done a fantastic job here. Dallin, he's just waited and timed his jump. I think the ball was actually going to land outside the field of play, but he's judged it perfectly, and the Warriors never gave up. The Dragons, I think, made the right decision not to play at the football. But if you don't play at the football, that's the price you pay with a skill set. Jumps high, gets it back inside.
Great shot on the Fox League cameras in the corner there. Was almost into the cameraman's lap.
That's a great skill. Fantastic. He timed his run, he timed his jump, and then the skill to get it back in. It's a great reply from the Warriors.
So, let's inhale, exhale, relax. Warriors on the board. Nice skill, Dallin Wateni Zelezniak. That's why I was surprised he didn't attack Ramsey on that first bomb. He didn't have to run through, but played interference rather than catch. Now, this is bad. DeBellin is coming from the field for the Dragons.
Yeah, he just got caught awkwardly. He went low in a tackle, and I think he might have copped a knee, and he was a bit slow to his feet. And obviously, the video ref have seen a HIA, and he'll go for an assessment.
It's Walsh with a shot right from the touchline. He takes it back a long way. He gets that rhythm going. The young fullback for 6-all, but it is hung wide of the posts. 6-4 scoreline, 12.5 gone. And on the sideline, James Hooper.
A little bit of aerial magic here. Sean Johnson with the crossfield kick, and Dallin Wateni Zelezniak, sensational batback. And the young man who scored the try, Andrew, Viliami Vilea, he's a schoolboy rugby union star out of New Zealand, only in his 5th NRL game today. And as we saw, Jack DeBellin, big news, has left the field. It's an HIA issue. You can see him on your screen there now. Aaron Woods into the action.
Well, that was Aaron Woods chipped Reece Walsh as he come on. That was the exchange that Reece Walsh was having after he missed the shot. Bit of advice from Aaron. And Fanua Blake back from the kickoff. It's a big afternoon and night here on Fox League. The double is fantastic. The top 4 sides doing battle. Cowboys and Storm. Let's hope they feel the joint of Cowboys country tonight. We have that for you exclusive here on Fox League. And tonight from the SCG, the Roosters against the Panthers. You know you're a league fan when you get asked during the week who's going to win on Saturday, and you say, well, I don't know, maybe the Roosters. You're not thinking election. The Warriors just short of halfway. And Tavanga on for Whanua Blake. Up in low was Sims, last tackle. They followed points with a good set. Johnson. They're certainly playing it simple, the Warriors. This one, though, is over the sideline. That's not good from short. That's really poor.
Yeah, well, obviously they've picked a target to kick to the two young fellas over on the left wing and a young fullback. By that time, he just gets it wrong. And it goes over touch, and it gives the Dragons really good field position on the 40-metre line with a full set. And they need to be good here, the Dragons, and apply some pressure to the Warriors, because at the moment it's just gone set for set, both sides happy just to get to their kick.
So Dragons now, it's a big day for the Molo family, because Michael makes his NRL debut. He's been a star in the Intra Super Cup in Queensland. You'll see him later. Ramsey into the line. Caught low down by Jack Murchie. Johnson, a bit of wrestling over the top there on Ramsey. Surprised there wasn't a set restart there. Hunt with the ball. Sandwich between defenders. Laurie was taken out in a support role. Now Mbai, right with a moan. Ramsey, wide ball, Lomax, good tackle. And again, no penalty. Poppy was there in defence. This kick from 25 metres out. Walsh is not going to get there. Watani Zalesniak again. He's having quite the aerial game today. DWZ.
Tackle one, back to the mark.
Yeah, it was just in that zone in behind the halfback, and he had to come a long way from his field position to get a good catch on it, but his experience once again shows he gets there and takes a beautiful catch. You talk about young junior Ramon Bossy, how many times he carried the ball last week. What I've seen tonight I like as well. He's kicked twice as well, which takes a lot of pressure off Ben Hunt, because that's been a fair criticism. It's just been Ben Hunt football all the time, and he kicks every play.
Tavanga with it. I don't mind admitting one of my favourite players, Jazz Tavanga, just the way he plays the ball. He epitomises the Warriors logo for mine. Johnson, it's a Johnson special. Ramsey sets, has the hands cupped underneath it. And the Dragons begin this set 15 metres out from their own line. One try apiece, just the Lomax conversion the difference. And every indication this one will be tight. They've already played once this year. That was round one. The Dragons winning that 28-16. And overall, the Dragons with a terrific record. They've won 23 of 33. Bird on the carry there. Now Mbai. A bit of slowing down the play the ball. Both teams guilty really of it at the moment. Might see a few more set restarts. Hunt kicks from 48 metres out. Towering kick, but nice work. Oh, and there's nice work. The tackle from Lomax. Speared in there on Montoya. The Warriors, most of them still getting back on side. Could ill afford a mistake in this set. Watch the tackle. It'll be spot on.
Yeah, and in conditions like this, Bossy, while it's not raining at the moment, it's still slippery underfoot. The ball's slippery. You just need to get to your kick, make the opposition come off their try line, and exactly what has happened now. When you're in possession, there's more chance of getting penalties. The Warriors earn one there for a high tackle.
Wasilla has gone off the field. The Warriors' first change of the day. Molo pinged for the high shot over the top there. Watani Zalesniak. Upfield go the Warriors.
Waiting, guys. Hold it up.
So restarted play with Pompey, and they will get going. 10 metres inside the Dragons' half. Freddie Lussick out there into a dummy half roll, so Tavanga moves to a middle forward. Lussick, the former Rooster, played 54 minutes on his club debut last week. Walsh, flick past when he was half through anyway. He was almost through the gap, and he was intent on throwing a flick that was high risk.
In the middle.
Yeah, the referee just waited to get clarification from his touch judge, and I think Ben Hunt will challenge this because he didn't actually play at it.
Mate, captain's challenge from the Dragons on the decision of last touched. by Dragons.
Well, I don't think there's any doubt that it was last touched by Dragons, but did he play at it?
Reece Walsh offloads the ball backwards. It then comes off Ben Hunt.
That is the classic pinball, all of this. This is into Hunt's head, I think, the flick pass.
Hunt's head,
which goes into Sully's leg, then back into Hunt. Off his face.
The ball goes
Sully's
off Ben
leg,
Hunt. The
into
ball then
Hunt's
hits
leg.
Moses Sully's foot. There is an accidental offside, and it goes into Ben Hunt.
Accidental offside.
Seeing what happens with the ball.
So it still will be a Warriors ball.
Yeah.
The ball then goes out.
So the accidental offside is the first play that we need to worry
The
about.
ball is played out by the Dragons. The challenge is unsuccessful.
Okay, so Yep, so Peter, play the ball, guys. Warriors. Still. Yep.
Did we lose our challenge? Was that Tohu Harris asking?
I think it was
Tohu
Harris.
He was asking, do they lose their challenge? Yeah, they do lose their challenge. Unsuccessful, Tohu. Where you been? They had some time out.
And it's early to lose one. In the 20-minute mark to lose your challenge. They might need it later.
Well done, Tohu. Just checking. Crossing the T's, dotting the I's. Fanua Blake, 10 metres away from the Dragons line. Lussick, Tavanga for Johnson to go out the back. Uzzy with it. Defence was falling, a moan, but finished off by Sims. On that Dragons 10-metre line, Johnson, Tavanga with it. They'll go right this time. Oh, Walsh fell and went through the bird tackle. He's offloaded. They line up again on the left side, and Harris caught in front of the Dragons posts. Lussick takes them right side. Johnson kicks. Runners there. It pops up out of the toaster. Play on.
Out of Dragons.
It was some serious volleyball action at the net there. They're all spiking it.
There was, Vossi. There was a lot. He got an awful bounce. Bounced up above, and they batted it back in. Once again, the Warriors, I like how they're competing really hard on their kicks, chasing hard and never giving up. Young Michael Molo enters the field now, making his debut. Replaces his brother.
Stay on side.
So, line drop out with Hunt. Warriors having a little bit of run of general play here and sustained pressure. Repeat sets. As a result, overall, they've had 58% of the ball, the Warriors, but still trailing by 2. They have to convert this into points, you would think. Johnson offloading. Aitken inside runner.
Hands away, Blake. All the way.
25 from the Dragons line. Lussick, Fanua Blake, quick hands. Johnson doesn't find the mark. He's not having his best day, Sean. He's a little out of sorts.
Straight at marker.
Now Walsh, Johnson, Fanua Blake, a settler back to centre field. You wouldn't say it's a Warriors attack oozing with confidence. Tavanga through the front line there. The tackle of Laurie was missed. Play the ball, blink and you miss it. Lussick's kick this time. Sully ducks down, but that's on the line, and on the line is in goal.
On the goal line.
It's another line dropout.
Yeah, really good play from Tavanga. Obviously, he's gone into the back row now. He's so versatile. He starts the game at hooker. Lussick's come on now, and he just slots back into the back row. He's a powerful runner, but he can also pre-line pass, and he gives the Warriors another point of attack rather than going to Sean Johnson all the time.
So this is a build-up from the Warriors. Arcee with a little bit of footwork there. Loose ball. They pay the price, the Warriors. No result for a load of possession the last 5 or 6 minutes. James down on the sideline. What's the story with de Belin?
Good news, Vossi. Jack de Belin has passed his HIA. He was on the exercise bike a minute ago and will be back into the fray shortly.
He is back from the sheds. Dragons with the ball 30 metres out from their own line.
It was a good period for the Dragons defending their try line for a number of sets, particularly on their edges as Mbai goes early for a 40-20.
This has got the distance, but not the bounce left. It bounces right. Wateni Zalesiak, it's still a terrific result for St George Illawarra. Absorbed pressure at the other end, an attack through a kick and chase. And the Warriors will count them. There's 5 not onside yet.
That's a good run. That's a powerful run.
He's got some ability, Vilea. James was talking his praises earlier. I don't think they could leave him out of first grade, the young fella. On for Fanua Blake.
Last tackle, Blake.
The 6-4 scoreline remains. Johnson kicking on the run this time. Can he find the grass? He won't. Ramsey with it. And Ravalawa to bring it back. Hasn't scored a try since that round 1 game where he got the hat-trick. Longest drought of his career, 9 games. Michaeli Ravalawa, he's overdue big time.
Yeah, and that's the advantage when you go early, Bossy, with a kick. They kicked early. The Warriors couldn't get a lot of their players behind the football, and especially on the early tackles. The Dragons were disciplined. They got a good kick away, the Warriors. Now the Dragons need to return serve, get down their end, put a good kick in, and see if the Warriors want to go set for set.
As that pass offloaded, stumbling Ravalawa. By the way, revision of the captain's challenge, the Dragons have their challenge back. Because what they were challenging for, it was established that Walsh did touch it last before it went over the sideline. So that's what they were challenging, even though it wasn't going to overturn what had happened previous to that.
Can someone go and tell Tohu Harris?
That's it. Well, that's right. It'll be a shock to him. He'll be blowing up a tree.
Where you going?
Ball one bounce over the sideline. Modern day kickers. Look at this. It's scary, isn't it? Look at that. I mean, that's an Easter show attraction.
Yeah, it's interesting, you know, the way kickers are going at the moment. They're not worried about where they put the football. They just want to get that kick in, hopefully force an error. You know, in the last couple of years, sides have just gone to the box kick. They want to kick in that 10-metre off the try line zone, and they're happy just to turn the football over now. But the range of kicks now from all of our kickers through the NRL is just amazing.
Straight away on now.
16 and a half to go in the first half here from Net Strata Jubilee. Game 1 on Super Saturday on Fox League. It's quite the struggle here. A Warriors side looking for confidence against a Dragons side that's only had 8 completed sets in the first half and 42% of the ball. Harris off for Fanua Blake there. Able to offload. Johnson. Now to Vunga. Rolls over the top of Laurie. He's through the front door. Had the ankle tap. What a competitor. Jazz is for the Warriors. Johnson on the last. Right up to the line. Spun away from Hunt. 7 beats 7 right there. Tavunga's run, followed up by Johnson scoring his first 4-pointer of the year. And the Dragons find themselves behind for the first time today.
Well, we spoke about him earlier, what a valuable player is. As we just see, there was an offload. Shaun Johnson just offloads to his back rower. He started at hooker and he's so powerful, and that's a big ankle tap there by, I think it was Sims, but they shift over here now, and he's got the ball out in front and everyone backpedaling, the Dragons backpedaling, worrying about his short passing game or his kick in behind. But something that we don't see from Shaun enough, in my opinion, is run. He back himself. He fends away from his opposition number, sliding, going too fast past the ball, the Dragons outside backs. And Shaun Johnson goes in for a try. He is such a dangerous player when he runs the football, but just recently, I believe that he doesn't do it enough.
I agree with you, and not that tries is the be-all and end-all, but that's the end of a 13-game try drought for Shaun Johnson, a player who has lit it up in the past. I mean, the first stint at the Warriors, the glory days, this is the kid that came on the scene in 2011, and by game 16 of his first grade career, he's playing in a grand final.
And with the departure of Lodge, Jazz Tavunga's role in this football team, especially today, is so important. He's going to have to play big minutes. He's moved into the back row. He's coming to the bench now, I believe, but he's going to play a big part in the second half.
That first kick that Walsh had, only his 4th miss of the season. So, unlikely that he missed 2 in a row, and he doesn't. So the Warriors find themselves in front. Loads of possession, now converted to points. James on the sideline.
Shaun Johnson scored the try, Vossi, but it was the outstanding lead-up work from Adam Fanua-Blake with the offload, a really strong carry from Jazz Tavunga, and Dragons coach Anthony Griffin will not be happy at all with the defensive effort from his side on that left edge.
Sean Johnson, his 70th try of his career. So Dragons having led 6-0 early, and that was inside the opening 5 minutes. Kept scoreless since. Vantiafoa is out there. He was very good against the Rabbitohs, I thought, last week at Magic Round. One of the reasons why they got back into the game from that 26-0, and it was almost 30-0, wasn't it? Disallowed try there before half-time. Now for Noah Blake. Here's a penalty.
It was Michael.
Molo called out there.
Yeah, young player making his first grade debut. You can't get offside in the NRL. Someone will find you.
It's very good for the North Devils. I was at their Leagues Club last week. They speak fondly of Michael. He was a big contributor to their efforts last season. Now Murchie with the ball.
Aaron up and give space, Michael.
North Devils, what a club, playing at a bash-up park there near the airport in Brisbane. Now Harris with the ball. 40 metres away from the Dragons line. Can they get 3 tries in a row? The Warriors for Noah Blake. The team that has conceded the most first half points have themselves in front by 4 here.
Great run.
So Lussick left, Ozzy fitting. Oh, Aiken levelled out there by DeBella. I was going to say Ozzy's fitted into this side very well. For Noah Blake, Johnson, right kick. And coming up by Fiona. He's across field. He's running a dangerous line. A couple of Warriors missed him. It's ended up a mighty carry from Matthew Fiona.
Yeah, what a good young player. There's some really good communication between him and Cody Ramsey, who was going to go for the football. And he backed himself, went across the goal, pushed off a couple and got the Dragons set off to a great start.
Now back to their 30-metre line, and Mbai goes on a dart there. So out of trouble again, the Dragons. Cross for Hunt, dummy, missed Bird, found Surley. Oh, he tried the big fend. Vailea did well to hang on for as long as he did. Last play, Dragons, fans thought set restart. Hunt with a bomb from 35 metres out. It's to the corner, Walsh. That's a good catch, and then to get the ground. Very well done from the Warriors fullback.
Yeah, and a good set from the Dragons. Coming off their try line, they went nearly 100 metres. Coming over this side to Sully, he's such a powerful ball runner. He's never dead. He just keeps pumping those legs and pushing off players. Oh, great shot over the top, young Molo.
I think this has got close game written all over it. What we've seen here through the first 29 minutes. I don't know whether the Warriors look like a team in the mood just to run away with a match, and I think the Dragons have got a bit of grind about them here today. I think they'd be prepared to grind it out. Johnson kicks from inside his own half. Ramsey underneath it again. Can't fault his work today, so back he comes.
Bossy, that's one of the part of the game that's probably going to win it for either side. Who kicks the best? At the moment, it's pretty even. 2 really good kickers in Ben Hunt and Sean Johnson, but it's their 5'8s that probably need to stand up and take a little bit of pressure off them in important times to get the job done.
That's a bit of commentary from Shane Flanagan, his analysis of the Dragons and the Warriors. Halftime show not too far away on Super Saturday. Hunt and Moan, and now Ramsey for Surley again. He's been in good tackle-busting form this year, no less than 46 coming into today. Hunt to centre field, a moan for Woods. Picked up the nickname The Glitch during the week after an effort at Magic Round. With a run there, Hunt bombs from 45 metres out. It's Montoya's way this time. Lomax lines him up. They've kicked to a corner again well, the Dragons. Kick chase has been good today.
Yeah, they've just got to be consistent with it. Don't go away from it. Just keep turning the football down in that end, and eventually you'll come up with an error. You've got to be really careful you don't give penalties away coming off your try line.
Oh, and there's an error. Advantage Dragons. We'll take a comment from James on the sideline.
The Dragons coach Anthony Griffin has made his second interchange for the afternoon. Andrew Moses Mbai off, and the young gun Jaden Sullivan in to play dummy half.
He can be a factor today. They're going to challenge this.
Okay, Matty.
Are they challenged? That's in very late.
Captain's challenge on the decision of lost ball,
I mean,
mate.
your perception, if you're watching Fox League at home right now, you'd be saying they've watched a replay before they've fired that challenge in. That seemed long. You got 10 seconds.
Couldn't agree more. It's just an interesting one here. Zach Lomax goes for the one-on-one steal. They all drop off. He must have had a call there. They've dropped off. He's gone for the one-on-one steal and doesn't get it.
The Warriors players on the ground. Jack de Belin completes the tackle. Just looking to see if they maintain possession.
So the Warriors going to contest that in their thinking.
Which tackle is completed.
Yeah, the fact that Lomax hasn't let go of him and his work's finished.
There is no high contact and the ball is lost. The challenge is unsuccessful.
There you go. It's all gone against the Warriors there, but I could present a case. That tackle is complete. Mind you, I'm happy for that to remain the control of the referee on ground rather than the bunker.
I
It would be really interesting if the referee had called held or tackled us yet.
That's what it is.
We didn't get that audio, so if he called that Zach Lomax has completed the tackle and then de Belin comes in, well, Warriors have got a bit to complain about, but he might not have called held.
Mind you, I go back to the original point. There's no way they fired that challenge in inside 10 seconds. No way. We ran the replay, then the challenge comes up. And our tapes team are very good, though. Shane, I must say.
Couldn't agree more.
10-6
set here.
Warriors over the Dragons. 9 minutes remaining first half. And from the scrum, Ramsey with a ball almost away from Murchie. We're watching it at the Freemasons Hotel at Molong this afternoon. A shout out to you. You're watching your boy Ramsey back in the NRL. Woods to play it here. Now through Sullivan and Hunt. Set right, Amon. There he is, Ramsey! The drinks are on me at the Freemasons Hotel at Molong. Invoice courtesy of Fox Sports. Ramsey's gone over. Right on cue.
Yeah, and a really good decision. He got into some space, but he was just calm and collective, and he didn't actually pass. He just waited for the defence to make a decision, but some really big plays inside of that from Ben Hunt and Junior Amon. They just played nice and straight, committed the defensive line, and you just see there, Ramsey into space. He can score a try. I remember back a couple of years ago, it seems now in the nines,
yeah,
he scored a heap of tries there, but it just showed there a real calmness about his play, which you need as a fullback. You need to let the opposition make the decision for you sometimes, which they did.
Cody Ramsey, now 22 years of age. His first try for the season, the 9th of his career. It's lovely to be able to mention little towns like Molong in a rugby league call. Incredibly proud of this young man.
I remember Mum on his debut, I think,
yes.
down at
Wollongong. Yes, we all remember Mum. We all lip reading that day.
She had a good day.
It was trending in social media. Laurie's got a problem with a hand there.
Was he on a hat trick and he got it denied?
There was a disallowed try, yes, and Mum did disagree with the decision.
As I said there on that try, there was some really nice work in the lead up to it. They shifted over to the left. They went just to the far post, and then Ben Hunt and Junior Amon both went deep into the line, which created space, held up the Warriors' defensive line, and they played just with some nice silky hands out the back.
You've coached plenty of teams over the years, goal kickers. If they've had a bad moment the previous week, like Zach would have needed a little bit of consoling or encouragement. Yep. How do you deal with that?
I think he did this week. I think he got Jamie Sowell work with him hard this week, but he just needs to get back onto the training paddock. He's a real nice striker of the ball. He'll kick this close to out of the ground. He just needs to get his rhythm back. It's like everything when they play golf, and goal kicking's exactly the same.
He's so good from the right, which belies the right foot kicker. His record on the right, he's had a lot of troubles on the left. His misses come on the left, and not just on the sideline. I mean, there's something there. So Dragons are back in front by 2. Ramsey slicing through, and did he enjoy it? They all loved it.
Yeah, he's been out for a while with injury, and he's come back, slotted in that fullback position, and it's been a problem for the Dragons. They've had Sloan, Mbai, and now Ramsey filling that number 1 position and running in round 10. So it's a really good opportunity for him to nail that position for the rest of the year.
Another restart for Walsh, close to the corner. Oof, that was a little juggle on one knee. And a breeze has kicked up here. And as we get close to half-time, 7 minutes away now. So 6-0 it was early to the Dragons, then 10-6 the Warriors, and now 12-10 the Dragons. Is this the trend for Super Saturday, with the Cowboys and Storm up next, and the Roosters and Panthers tonight? Two headline acts back-to-back, exclusive to Fox.
Dragons have been happy to shift early too. Vossi went in yardage to this left edge to get over to Sully. Oh, big shot and forced an error.
Yeah, it was Lussick and Bunty Afoa there forcing the mistake. And the door opens again for the Warriors. Now with Aaron Penne, who in his career record actually made his debut against the Dragons when he was at the Melbourne Storm back in 2020. Nice little bit of footwork here, back to centre field. Dejan Arce, a nice bump off as well. He's proving a threat. In from the line, Lussick left. There is Johnson, short to Aitken. He would love a try again at Cogra today. Walsh, Johnson, Harris, and not a lot happening there. They're all set, but no one actually charging onto the ball. Lussick, he'll have a run himself. Caught over the top there by Woods. The low work done by Sullivan. Last play, Warriors. Johnson's right. Here he is. The Warriors 7. Kicking forward, Teddy Zalesiak. Lost by Fiade. Straight into the clutches of Vilea, who scores the try. The seesawing battle continues, and the Warriors are back in front.
Well, obviously the Warriors have come here with a plan to kick to the young winger over on this left-hand side. It's easy to say, but Sean Johnson once again puts the ball right on the money. This time they contested the Dragons, but Dalamatini Lesniak contested again, and once again comes back in tight to his centre partner, and he's Johnny on the spot. He gets the crumbs. Great positioning, and he gets the ball down in the corner.
Oh, look at his smile. Gee, that right foot went close to touch in goal, but he was smiling when he gets the side of the line. We certainly detected it from the head-on camera there in the corner. The try is confirmed, and this young talent has another 4-pointer.
He worked so hard to get four pointers, and he didn't have to do too much there, but what he did have to do was be really smart, to be in the position, know that it was going to be a contest in the air, and he's come up in the right position for 2 tries. Just catch the football and put it down. Well done, young man.
And it will be over to Walsh kicking from the sideline for a 4-point lead. I mean, I'm not going to say we're going to have golden point, but this game just reeks of we're going to be 5 minutes from full time and not be sure of who's going to win.
Couldn't agree more. It's just got that you score, we score type of game. I'm sure both coaches will be talking about that at half time, that we need to put 2 to 3 tries back to back.
So Walsh again, he's had his kicks all from here, and he's put a slice in that. He's missed the fairway. 2 points is the margin, under 4 minutes away from half-time. James on the sideline.
He looks a special talent, Vossi, Viliami Vilea. As I touched on earlier, he is from the Aurora College in Auckland. He was a rugby union schoolboy superstar, and the Warriors haven't mucked around. They've got him signed right up until the end of 2025. They can see his talent.
That is good news. 2025. He looks every bit a first grader. And I don't think he's finished growing yet either. So after the joy of the Ramsey try, it's tempered by a Warriors comeback. Bunty Afoa. With a Bunty Afoa special. The hair going everywhere on the run back. Followed up by Penne. Always makes me hungry when he plays. It just makes me feel I miss lunch. Where's Sizzler back here at Cogra? It's long gone.
Just shows the importance, Vossi, of completing your set after points. The Warriors come up with a real good defensive tackle. I think it was on Jack DeBellin on the 30-metre line, which rattled the ball loose, which gave him possession straight after the Dragons' try. Now the Warriors, they're set after a try. Been pretty good so far.
Harris has worked very hard today. Another hit up. He really is a leader, isn't he? Johnson bombs from 40 metres out. Ramsey has got pressure here. Walsh was getting through. And Ramsey absolutely owns it there. Young fullback on young fullback. Back with Lomax. There you have it. Possession tells the story. Warriors 59% of the ball. And based on that, you know, Dragons, yeah, not drastic situation for them to only be down by 2. Both teams completing around the 75% mark today. George Illawarra for the moment, 15 metres inside their own half, and there's an error from the Dragons. Jack Bird pointing.
I think we'll get a challenge again here. Jack Bird asking for it.
This is where Tohu Harris might get a surprise.
Okay, the time's over for the challenge, boys. We're going to scrum.
Time's over for the challenge.
Just here.
Jack Bird wanted the challenge. I'm just not quite sure if it got through to his captain.
Well, he's put the ball on the foot of Murchie, and then somehow he fell himself. He was adamant. Challenge, challenge, challenge. Captain, please.
Stay down, Tarek.
All right. Warriors, big change. Johnson wrapping around from the scrum, but Lussick decides to run. And a nice tackle, Tariq Sims. Big set. Warriors scored just before halftime last week against Souths. Montoya try here, and they could take an 8-point lead into the break. Here's Harris. Johnson out in front of Murchie. Taken front on by Hunt. Dragons have to hang on here. Harris with the ball. And it goes Badiafoa. Lost his legs in the DeBellin tackle. Quick play the ball for Lussick. Johnson. There's DJ Nasi popping up on the right-hand side. Something we haven't seen a lot of today. Still on for the Warriors. Set has restarted. Harris dishing it up there. Oh, obstruction there. Walsh went around the back of Aitken. Well, if they go on to score a try there, it gets pulled back for sure. Ball with Lussick. Penne again. And again, DeBellin with a classic low tackle. Big setup here, Warriors. Though Lussick takes them left side. Walsh kicks. Blocked there. Now it's an opportunity for a moan. Up and over the 30 he goes. And still he'll run. Linking up. Overhead ball. Sullivan. Hunt. Cut-out ball. Sully. Away from Johnson. Murchie in there. And it'll be the Dragons that have the last play of the half. In fact, there'll be no more time, but well done hanging on in that set. We've got a tight one here on Fox League, game 1 of Super Saturday. Half time, it's the Warriors 14 leading the Dragons 12.
Stay on side.
Here we go, second half underway. Warriors and Dragons, 2-point ball game at this point. A match that started with a drop from the kickoff. Not the story for the Dragons. And young Molo bringing it back. In fact, he's not a teenager. He is 25 years of age coming into the NRL today. Michael Molo. Now Woods with the ball. And 4 Warriors there. You mentioned Tohu Harris, Shane. He's actually topped the tackle count in the first half as well for the Warriors with 18. So very much a leader's knock from Harris for the Warriors' better side. Way better side for having him in. Ramsey on that run. And for DeBellin. Sullivan has dummy half duties with Moses Mbai off. Hunt. They get to the end of the set. Kicks from 5 metres inside his own half. Now that's held up in the breeze and then spins like a top there. And look at a penalty. So I can only say offside.
It's offside kick chaser. Michael. Yeah, it wasn't the bounce. It was Michael I called.
There it is, definitely in front of the kicker. There's no doubt about that. The number 17 for the Dragons. Here it is. And he's, yeah, well, it's ill-disciplined. You could not have known that you were not in front of the kicker there.
Yeah, it's a poor start from the Dragons. Also, it's an area the Dragons, I look at some stats at half-time. Francis Molo is on 37 run metres, and he's the highest compared to some of the Warriors are well over the 60s and 70 mark. So all the Dragons forwards need to stand up and carry the football and get some good metres early in this second half.
Yeah, Molo 5 hit-ups first half. Everyone else 4 or less out of the Dragons forwards. That's not flash. Here's Bunty Afoa with the ball. Outside the 30, Warriors early chance second half. They've had the better of field position in the game. It was really only the first 5 or 6 minutes that they didn't have the better of field position. Here's the dab over the top. Ramsey's got it covered to the corner, but it takes no chances whatsoever for a line dropout. And there's a bit of a, well, it seems a bit of a blow-up between Dragons players there. Were they saying play at it? Was Zach Lomax having a crack there, Shane?
Just have a look. The kick was running dead, and he probably didn't get a call from the players around him. He's had to play at it, and I think Zach might have given him a bit of a tip the next time, escorted over the dead ball line.
Yeah, definitely between teammates there. That does happen. So line drop out. And it's the job of Penne to bring it back for the Warriors. Toa, the only one of the Warriors forwards not used in the first half off the bench. And by the way, he's got a good strike rate when they do bring him in. He's in fact scored in all 3 of his career games against the Dragons. You've been warned, the number 18 for the Warriors. Horses for courses. Here's Johnson offloading for Penne. They're 20 metres away from the Dragons line. Lussick now. And with Harris, Johnson, good build-up. Walsh with it, beautiful play. Absolutely clinical from the Warriors. With Teddy Zalesiak provides one hell of a close-up to the photographer in the corner. But that was the Warriors at their best.
Yeah, some beautiful play. Everyone on that right edge, the middle forwards, pushing all the way out to their right edge, outside backs, did their job. We see the kick over the dead ball line and a couple of the Dragons disagreeing with the decision. And then we go to the shift, nice and deep into the line. Sean Johnson deep into the line. And then they just challenge Ben Hunt for speed with Reece Walsh out the back. And then they just get the numbers. He can't trust him. He turns in. Their outside backs turn in. And then it's just a race to the corner. And experience and smart play from a couple of players in that Warriors team get the 4-pointer. All from the error from the Dragons.
I want to see that photo in the corner. He's done the leap. And yes, he struck the corner post before he put it down. And the photographer a few metres away. It's the classic wingers finish. We saw a few beauties last time, the wet at Leichhardt from Kemba Marlaw. Everyone's played their role here. And even the young centre does too.
Yeah, Surley just didn't really trust. He didn't know if Ben Hunt had the speed to get across and get Walsh. And then it just at the last minute, he just turns in, and then Walsh, another beautiful pass. And the outside men just did the job.
So quite a career, the winger, Teddy Zalesiak. Included in that is skippering New Zealand to a victory over Australia in 2018. That's quite a claim to have in your resume. Now over to Walsh. It's been a lot of sideline action for him today. It's another one hung out to the left. 4 tries, only 1 goal, 6 the difference. James on the sideline.
Dallin Watene-Zelezniak scored the try, Andrew, but it's the involvement of this man, Tohu Harris, that has really added another dimension to the New Zealand Warriors today. Back from an ACL injury last week, he's had a hell of a lot of touches, and you can't underestimate his influence.
That is for sure and certain.
Yeah, couldn't agree more with James. His first half was outstanding, and you spoke, Vossi, about how much defensive work he did. But just his touches for me, he's that middle forward, and all the good teams have got one. You know, classic Penrith, Isaiah Yeo, he's doing a very, very similar job. Very, very classy.
Dragons fans hoping that the possession rate will turn. The Dragons have had only 6 tackles inside the Warriors' 20 today, and I dare say most of those 6 would have been the first few minutes of the game.
Yeah, it will turn, but you've got to be patient, and you've got to make sure that you're disciplined. You don't give away penalties, and you go set for set.
6 is the biggest lead for either side in the match. Dragons had that early. Warriors got 4 in front. And now converted try the difference. Afoa, is he with it? It's been proven to be a pretty decent pickup for them on halfway. Last tackle, and Johnson has the kick, and he goes long and high. And on the move is Fianet. He's with it, back almost from his own goal line. And that is the sort of set you want after points. The Warriors ticking the box there with that effort, but now not so in conceding a piggyback penalty, and the crowd goes up. They cheer. Suddenly the referee is very popular for the first time today.
And just what the Dragons needed, because they had 4 players still not behind the play the ball.
That's their first penalty too for the day. Hence the raucous cheer.
At home.
Yes, at home, waiting 47 minutes to get a penalty. Haven't had a set restart either. That was a big donut in both categories.
You've got to fight for set restarts, in my opinion. You've got to run hard, you've got to get your nose down, and you've got to fight to get to the play the ball. This man definitely does it, Sully.
Yeah, he does. And there he is with the ball, 39 metres away from the Warriors' line. Well, here is Hunt. Oh, great ball. The Sims almost away. Right up. That's what we call digging into the line there. Hunt took it right to the line. Here he is again. Hunt skipping across field. Flat ball. Legs taken in the tackle by Afua. Now they got the set restart for inside the 10. Sullivan caught by Harris. Hunt now. And there is Molo! And his first game in the NRL as a Dragon has plunged over. And they've gone up at the Devils Leagues Club in Brisbane. Well done, young man.
Yeah, well done, Michael Molo. On debut, he's worked hard defensively, and he gets himself in the right position there. He's got good leg speed. Ben Hunt had to go to dummy half, and he comes out and finds his middle forward, puts the ball out in front of him. He uses a little bit of footwork, gets a one-on-one, and he's powerful enough to get the ball across the try line to score a try on debut. They don't get much better.
Well, I said to you earlier, I said I'm not going to lock in Golden Point. I'm now saying I'm checking the price. I mean, this has got thriller written all over it. Jamie Soward was excited about that one. It'll be 18 all in a moment.
Well, being round 10 in the NRL, you can bring players that aren't in your top 30. This young man is not in the Dragons' top 30. He's come from outside it. He's worked really hard in the off-season to get himself NRL fit and strong. Round 10, you can go outside of your top 30 and bring some players in, and he's one of them. You'll see it right across the game, especially a couple on the weekend. I think there's one for the Roosters tonight. You'll see a little bit of new talent coming into the game.
Yeah, Terrell May set to make his debut for the Roosters this evening. Brother of Talon and Tyrone.
Powerful front rower.
So, having played Golden Point last week, they find themselves in a match 9 minutes into the second half, 18 all. James sideline.
It's a great story, Michael Molo, Andrew. Man of the match in the Queensland Cup for North's Devils in the grand final last year. Of course, his older brother Francis is the front rower for St George Illawarra, and he and his mum presented him with his debut jersey in the famous Cogra Over dressing rooms earlier today.
Oh, it's a good story, that one. A lovely touch. Family touch, yes. Winner of the Duncan Hall medal it is in the Intrust Super Cup in Queensland. So he's on his way in the NRL as Walsh gets us going again. 18 all. Game one with Storm and the Cowboys to come, and the Roosters and Panthers later.
When told of his debut by the coach, Anthony Griffin, this week, and told he was quite emotional, gave the coach a big cuddle and wouldn't let him go for about 5 or 6 minutes.
They must be the good moments as a coach when you get that.
100%.
Not just the cuddle, but I'm saying giving player opportunity.
Players work so hard and then they get their opportunity, and how grateful they are to get that jumper.
Sean Flanagan co-commentary here on Fox League as Hunt pushes along. There's Bird off of Sully. Good tackle from Murchie there on Sully. Scrappy play at dummy half. Hunt now the kicker. A little bit off the side of the boot. And it's into the chest or the breadbasket of Montoya. And it's not a great result, Dragons, for the Warriors to start the set 15 inside their own half.
No, and that's a problem when you have young Jaden Sullivan. He's played most of his football in the halves. He gets thrown into the hooker position. He's played a few games there now, but he just doesn't get to dummy half every time, and they needed him there at that time to find Ben Hunt for the kick.
On halfway, that was a really good charge. He's up with the best players today. Dallin Watene-Zelezniak for the Warriors. He's had a big role to play. in this game.
2 try assists.
Yeah, and his general play has been very good on that run. The Billen low down, last tackle Warriors from 30 out. Opportunity for attacking kick. Johnson on the right side of the ruck. He just touches it down to the corner. The leaper's there. Dallin Mateni-Zalesiak then through the legs. Play on. It's been thrown into a Dragon, and they've come up with a ball. Bird smothered the pass that was going back.
Yeah, smart play by Jack Bird. He was back behind the play and realised that no Dragon had touched it as they go down this right edge.
Ramsey finds top speed, sprints away from Aiken, puts it into a moan. He's in reverse and caught in the tackle of Lussick. Ramsey short side, on it goes to Lomax. A couple of the kids are all over that try for the Dragons. They're back in front.
Yeah, fantastic play from, as you said, Bossy, some young players getting the ball and backing themselves. The Dragons shift. They got a bit lucky over on that far side. Jack Bird coming up with a big play, came from behind and gains possession. Then they shift early down this right edge, and it's that man, Cody Ramsey, throws the dummy, backs himself down the outside. Junior Ramon comes in support. He finds him, but he doesn't have the speed. A nice covering tackle there. Then Cody Ramsey, I thought he went the wrong way. He jumps out of dummy half. He knew what he was doing. Lomax comes nice and short, and he puts a beautiful ball on his chest, and Lomax puts it down, and a much-needed try for the Dragons.
Only one try this year before today. Now he's got the 5th career double. Zach Lomax. There you go. He's happy. That kisses for all of you watching at home.
Some big play, some nice football and a big play from young fullback Cody Ramsey. Received the ball back down on the 30-metre line. Showed composure, as I said, in his first try when he scored up the other end of the field in the first half. Showed some composure, balanced, found his support in Junior Ramon on the inside, and even Junior Ramon not to push the pass, to take the tackle and let his team roll out the set, and they come up with a try. Some really smart football from 2 young kids.
Fox Sports Lab crew all over this too when he has scored try doubles. The 4 previous occasions, Dragons have only won once. Not necessarily a good thing when he scored the 2 tries. So their biggest lead of the match has been 6. The Warriors' biggest lead of the match has been 6. Lomax kicking to put the Dragons back in front by 6. Five metres in from touch and about 24 metres out. Kicking down to the Leagues Club corner here. Footy in the suburbs here. So Lomax on the end of his own try, and right side he has no problems at all. 24 plays 18, James sideline.
Cody Ramsey lighting it up for the St George Illawarra Dragons with some blistering acceleration here, Andrew. And like all good fullbacks, he's a great support player. He backs it up and scores a try from the next play. He's staking a claim for the #1 jumper. This is the 3rd fullback that coach Anthony Griffin has tried this season. Started with Terrell Sloan, then to Moses Mbai. Now Cody Ramsey gets his opportunity.
I'm off to Specsavers, Shane. I had him kicking. I just had him locked in.
I like your, I love your positivity.
You give me the no deal side.
I give you the no deal.
4 points the margin. Lomax has a miss on the right. I just had him locked in.
Francis Molo back into the game. Gets an opportunity, a couple of minutes here to play with his younger brother.
Yet to see Tyrell Fuimaono on field for the Dragons. He's there on the bench. Sims with the ball. He's outside the 30. Margin 4. Now de Bellin. Hunts. They're set left. Amode keeps it going. Surly straightens up. You see the wrestle that develops with 3 defenders there on halfway.
Just love when he gets the football. You just think something's going to happen.
He's a truck, isn't he? Moses Sully. Last play, Dragons again completing sets after scoring points. Hunt, Mom from outside the 40. Walsh is there. Walsh will be called to play at 10 metres away from his own line.
Yeah, real controlled kick. A controlled kick to the corner. I think that's better for the Dragons. Make the Warriors come out. Still a couple of Warriors players not behind the football as yet.
Tenny Zalesniak in for another run. His stats too, that's his 10th run of the afternoon. And able to offload. He's sort of got numbers in all categories with Tenny Zalesniak today. Oh, Murchie! He ran into a bump. Francis has been waiting to get back on. And lose a calling card there. Here's Lussick. Harris has gone off for a breather for the Warriors. Jazz Tavanga is rushing back onto the field. Last tackle. And under a bit of pressure to get the kick away, Walsh with Hunt running at him. And Lomax ends up with a good catch. There was a little bit of indecision between Ravalawa and Lomax as to who should play at it. Now Ravalawa with a run. Walsh almost got caught in possession on the last there.
Yeah, great catch in the end. As you said, Bossy, they'll both undecided who should take it or should they let it bounce. At the last minute, Lomax put himself in a position to take the ball. That was a big take.
Play the ball.
They'll start there. Bellum, Hunt again lined up. Sully's got another opportunity. Puts a fend there on Vialea. Makes 20 metres just like that. Here come the Dragons. Hunt. Ball across. Molo, the Dragons, the kick. It's poked through. Ravalawa just couldn't get the bounce to sit up there. 10 metres from the line. Last tackle. Amon, it's his job to kick. Hooks it across field. Out Sully's way. Dragons have got it. Bird, a fend, play on. Looks to kick. Gets a kick in now. And the tackle count is restarted for the Dragons. And then the Warriors end up back, so they rule knock on.
It'll be a scrum.
So Molo lost the ball.
I did, mate, but then Michael knocked the ball on. Yeah.
There you go. Just
so
explain to Ben Hunt what happened there.
Scrum.
Yeah, Jack Bird comes up with a kick back onto the net towards the post, and young Michael Molo didn't realise it was last. Oh, sorry, they got 6 again, and he tries to offload, and he comes up with an error.
It's almost as if he, it's almost as if he thought maybe it is the last. Oh, I will just give him the ball.
Yeah.
It's a changeover. He had actually got the tackle restart.
Nice and tight, Tarek. Arm over Jaden for me, mate.
Noah Blake stalking the touchline, ready to come back in. He's had a big contribution in his first stint. 22-18. Warriors need to score next, and in keeping with the trend of the game, they probably will. 23.5 to go. Storm. Oh, Lussick has fallen over the dummy half and wins the penalty. He was in slow motion.
Slain in the ruck area.
Yeah, I don't know if he tried to milk the penalty here, but Lomax doesn't roll away from that play the ball area. Yeah, and his foot comes, yeah, it's a penalty. He needs to clear that area, and much needed penalty for the Warriors. Marches them up to the 40-metre line.
So still just the one penalty for the home team here today. Most unusual. 58 minutes gone. There's the double tonight. The top 4 sides are trotted out, exclusive on Fox League. Cowboys at home to the Storm, Roosters at home to the Panthers.
What a job the Cowboys have done. You know, I don't think, unless you're a Cowboy supporter, too many people would have put them in the top 4 at this point of the season. They've done a fantastic job. The coach, all the players, to be in this position at round 10.
Yeah, become a must-watch side. The style of play. Here's Tavanga. Oh, misses the foot of Johnson. And Walsh then is covered up there by Bird. Last play, Warriors, not their best set of the match. Johnson, the bomb from 20 metres out. Ramsey's there. He's got it again. He's having a good day, the Dragons fullback. And possession is starting to even up just a little. Ramsey's cramped up there badly. He's got the baby giraffe legs on, and the Dragons are 12 metres out from their own line. There you have it, second half possession, just in front. And they've made a bit with it as well.
And that's going to be interesting, Bossy, with Cody Ramsey. He hasn't played a lot of football, and now he's at fullback where your meters are so high. Off the ball, on the ball, defensively, you've got to do a lot of movements. And he's got cramps now, and we've got 22 minutes to go. They have got Mbai on the bench who could fit into that role.
Well, Mbai's gone back onto the dummy half role with the right. He can easily go to fullback. Hunt kicks from inside the 40 here. Out with Tenny Zalesniak's side into his legs. Play on. Warriors with the ball. And oh boy, Sims lined him up from quite some distance away there. Walsh out of dummy half. Really tight tussle this. As we get set to head into the last quarter of the game with a 4-point margin. This is where it finished off. Lights went out there for Watene Zelezniak. Pompey on a run across field. Warriors back to halfway. Been a while since they've found their way into the Dragons 20. Fanua Blake, or any sustained period of time in the Dragons 20. Last play, they won't get there here. Lussick back for Johnson. Johnson kicks again long. Ramsey will eat this one up. Linking up. Oh, Fiona, he got one up over the left shoulder there. And then driven back 4 metres away from his own line. Mistake-free football required by the Dragons here. Ravalawa. Both teams in pursuit of only their 5th win of the season. Lomax close to the sideline. Rugged defence there. Still able to win a quick play the ball. Ravalawa. This has been a hard set here for the Dragons. Main thing, no errors. De Belin will take this run. Now they've got space. Hunt throws it long at the heels of Fiona. The Dragons go back for it.
And out.
Well,
out.
the ball may have gone off the Warriors here.
Hent, you want to challenge?
We'll have to challenge.
You haven't touched it? Okay. Okay, Matty. Mate, captain's challenge from Dragons on the decision of out off Dragons.
My first impression is they might win this, that the Warriors actually are the last to take it over the sideline.
Well, Ben Hunt's the captain, and he's very, very close to the ball. It's actually him that they're saying touch the football. You'd think he'd know whether he touched it or not in that collision.
Last.
Is not knocked on at any stage by the Dragons previous to this.
I think the skipper will be right on this one.
Mind you, well, it's not that it works out that way. They probably don't deserve to get it back. It was scrappy.
Is he tackled without the ball anyway?
Onto the knees and then, oh, hang on a second.
The ball comes off the arm of the Warriors and then goes into touch.
Oh, really?
The challenge is successful.
It's interesting, the Dragons have shifted all to that left hand all afternoon.
Yep.
On this occasion,
Okay.
there was a bit
Where
of
do you want it,
pressure
mate? Just play the
defensively
ball.
inside from the
Down
Warriors,
the middle.
and Ben Hunt comes up with a bad pass.
Middle guys, play the ball.
And the Warriors tried to defend it, and they got a bit lucky there, the Dragons.
Marcus straight. Back it up. Okay, play the ball. No tackles.
So, Dragons with the ball. Sean, I ask you this question. Is one side better equipped than the other in a tight finish here?
Well, Sean Johnson, he's a master at that field goal, and he just loves those moments. So I don't think the Dragons will want to get into that situation. And as we saw last week with the Dragons, they couldn't find anyone to kick a field goal. They couldn't get themselves into field position.
Now Sully, another run coming into his own here. Second half, Moses Sully. He's run more than any other Dragon today. The metres he's made now. Sully across field with a moan. He's on the roundabout there. Lomax with it. Not the day for the flick pass of Zach Lomax. 23 metres from the Warriors line. 18 and a half to go. Laurie is on. Taken low down by Tavanga. I don't think the Warriors can afford to leave Harris on or off for too long, you would have thought. Ball with de Belin. Hunt. Lined up left and deep. Bird to Sully. Hard to stop from here. They've done it. And dragged him back. That's really good. Johnson put his body on the line there.
Yeah, and it's not a bad place to turn the football over. 5 metres out in that bottom corner. The Dragons have had a lot of joy, as I said, shifting early to Moses Sully. On that occasion, they shift on tackle 5 in good field position and just happy to turn the ball over.
No Dragons forward has run for over 60 metres today, incredibly, but then you look at Moses Sully, 15 runs now for 143 metres. He is running with some serious venom here. Still the challenge of the Warriors to Peg back a 4-point deficit. Fanua Blake with the ball. Last play, Warriors, and a 44-metre gain in the set. Johnson goes the midfield bomb, and Dragons just all over it. Fine with it. It's been a real mixed bag, the kicking game of Johnson today.
Yeah, he didn't get hold of that one the way he wanted to. He tried to get a bit of a spiral kick going. As Ravalawa busts through a couple of tackles, just what the Dragons needed coming out of their end.
And going on with the tackle, Aitken. No set restart, the crowd getting frustrated. One penalty, one set restart for the home side today. With standing ovation when they get their next in either category. Here's Hunt. And that shortest of passes for Sims.
It's amazing how the crowd still remember that they take the tally of all those things at the game.
And by Hunt, there's an overlap here. It's Ramsey to Sully, and it goes Feeney. Good defence. That is terrific scramble by the Warriors. They were outnumbered there. Infield for Hunt. The bomb on the last tackle. Lomax will leap. Up he goes. He's knocked it forward, Lomax, I thought. And the Warriors play on. They have possession. Lomax there. Oh, he's fired up, and now Laurie. The tall timber's been knocked over.
Yeah, Lomax took exception to something in back play and grabbed hold of one of the Warriors players' legs and flipped him over. Might have been that man, Ewan Aiken.
Poor old Blake Laurie went to get involved, and he gets pushed and falls over. Pretty sure he falls over Zach Lomax, does he not here? Well, Lomax got rid of Lussick. Bit of jiu-jitsu about it. What's this? He grabs his leg. It gives him the twist.
We've been really good to this point.
And then poor old Blake Laurie goes in and goes over the top of Zach Lomax.
We've moved beyond that. Be a hand over, double knock on, just there.
Anyway, we've handled it right. We can get play back underway.
Bit of time off for both players to get their breath. Ready to rumble again. The Warriors pretty bunched behind the football here.
The Warriors' last try was the 44th minute chain, and since then we've had the Molo and Lomax tries, the 48th and the 52nd. Now we get into the 65th minute in a game that has had down to the wire written all over it from very early on. 22-18. Game one. Oh, yes! Laurie on Tohu Harris. Laurie said you're going to tie your hair up like that. Well, cop this.
Jack DeBellin underneath. Blake Laurie over top. A beautiful tackle.
12 inside their own half. Walsh. Oh, and Walsh! Boy, that's big! Moses Mboy and DeBellin.
He can't tackle like that.
What's going on here? The Dragons suddenly ramp it up. And Fionn's underneath it. They were two awesome hits back to back. It's a brutal game at times, isn't it? Watch these.
Moses Mboy, some great footwork, steps into contact.
There was the first one. Laurie on Harris.
Look at this one.
He's on Walsh. Bang, left shoulder. Now, meantime, Dragons blowing up.
Right, mate.
Ravalawa.
Up. Shot clock's on.
Mistake. Warriors chance, 30 out from the St George Illawarra line.
Yeah, Ravalawa just getting to his feet. Yeah, we want quick play of the balls. Every side wants quick play of the balls. But you've got to have some ball security and you've got to get to your feet. Now it gives the Warriors the opportunity in really good field position. They've fought hard to come off their try line for a long period of time. I can't remember too often that they've been down this end in this second half.
Their second half stats have had only one tackle inside the Dragons 20.
There you go.
So that's certainly a contrast to the first half, where they had no less than 20 tackles inside the Dragons 20. So Fanua Blake is back up. Advice for Ravalawa, don't lever yourself off an opponent in getting up off the ground. Totally lost his balance. Walsh with it from the scrum. Whip it like there. 20 metres from the Dragons line. Johnson, Fanua Blake. hampered by injury, but will battle on. Tavanga back to the right side. Harris, Johnson, the setup spot on. Walsh caught in the tackle of Hunt and Sully. That build-up led to a try earlier in the corner. Johnson, oh, not good on the bounce for Fanua Blake. He had to stop to gather it in. Wasted play, Warriors. That's the fourth. 12 minutes to go. Tavanga, not a good pass. Was it forward to Johnson? Had to be forward, I would have thought. Grandstand, think it was forward. Last tackle. Tavanga with it. Then Fanua Blake. Johnson has got the range right. Fionney with it now. Oh, he's passed it in goal. Anthony Griffin's fallen off his chair. Lomax fights for every metre. And then there's a push and a pile up. Have a look at this. What sport are we watching here? I've got no idea where the ball is.
It's in the field of play.
He's made it to the field of play. There were 25 players in the tackle, and Lomax made it back out. Hubden runs. I don't know whether all the attacking players did not interfere with the defenders. I've never seen the like of that before. That was the flying wedge versus the flying wedge.
Well, they only measure 3s and 4s and sometimes 5 in a tackle as the Dragons go through the middle part of the field.
Oh, Mona's with it! Explodes through the front line. Then is taken down. That will be Sinbin, I reckon. The leg grab by Walsh. They're calling for him to have a breather. Stand by. Is it professional foul? It has to be, surely. Is Walsh going to stay on in that situation?
Well, just give him time, the referee. When the players, as soon as it happens and they rush up and say they want him off in the 10 minutes, it doesn't help. Well, actually, he's going to leave him there.
He's leaving him there. That's extraordinary.
He will be.
Last night had a couple. Oh, hang on, now got injured player down. That's the time off. So Walsh, it'll remain 13 on 13. The Dragons were checking with a bench. Watch this again, Shane. You've been around a long time. You ever seen a pile up like this before?
I've never seen it. We only measure 4s in tackles or 5s in tackle. There's 3, there's 4, there's 5, 6, 7, 8, and there's a couple 9.
That's the rolling maul of the Warriors and the Dragons. Eat your heart out, Super Rugby fans. And then at the end of this, should this have been sin bin, consistency would say absolutely sin bin.
Couldn't agree more, Vossi. He didn't play the ball properly. Why didn't he play the ball properly? Because there was someone holding onto his leg, slowing the play the ball down. So it has to be a sin bin. Professional foul.
Yeah, absolutely. The Empole State of Origin only weeks away. Game 1 in Sydney, Wednesday, June 8. Blues aiming for a 4th series win in 5 years. Just listen to this.
Appreciate the effort, mate. I just can't keep going there.
Okay. But those Origin tickets from just $49, don't miss your chance to witness Australia's greatest sporting rivalry. Head to nrl.com/tickets to secure your seat. Attention still there for Katoa for the Warriors.
And Vossi, like, I know the player is injured, but the game should be able to flow on and we shouldn't have this break in play here. If he's injured, I understand a HIA. We need to get the attention quickly to the players, but he's got a knee injury. Take him to the sideline, get him treated. We still need to have that game that we flow. Now we've had a couple of minutes here where the rest of the Warriors players, after that defending that set down on the try line, can get their gas back and can defend this set.
Well, if you go down injured after a decision has been made, I think there's argument to say play on. We're getting ready for a big one up in Townsville. Harry Grant will play halfback, we're told, for the Storm. Jerome Hughes out, but Harry Grant to go into halfback.
The form that he's been in, he could play anywhere. He could play fullback if he wanted to.
Well, Cameron Smith, when he first came into first grade at Melbourne, played halfback. His first couple of games, he was halfback.
He's just a footballer, Harry Grant.
Yeah.
He's fantastic out of dummy half, but when he does run out of dummy half, he's got that kick. He's got a little bit of everything. Obviously, the adjustment to play 7 is, there's going to be a slight adjustment, but it's being such a footballer, he'll handle it.
I'll go back your day, and we have him in Fox League from time to time. Benny Elias, the few games he went to halfback, he excelled at halfback for the Balmain Tigers back in the day.
Very similar. Hey, Crafty had a dummy half, but just Crafty when he received the ball, you know, he didn't get it a lot off first receiver, but he was such a smart footballer, Benny. He just was able to, you know, go play for play and set people up.
All right, we were talking about goal kicking and having a bad miss last week, Lomax.
Yep.
He's got to get rid of that out of his head. He's got to kick here to put his team 6 in front.
Well, watching
and then field goal comes into play.
Watching him back play, he went straight to the captain, Ben Hunt, and said, I want to kick it. If I can, if you're going to, if not run it, I want to kick it.
Here he is, Lomax, with a shot for a 6-point lead. He's been a field goal kicker winner earlier this year against the Knights, the first of his career. It may come into play in a moment again. Lomax, right boot. His kick is successful. It is 6 the difference with 9.5 to go. Dragons and Warriors. Game 1 of Super Saturday. This is a lovely first course.
Yeah, and the Warriors are still in this game. 9 minutes to go. They haven't had a lot of, as you said, Vossi, earlier, they haven't had too many play the balls in the opposition's 20. And that play, young winger, Dragons winger, came across. I think he gave it to Cody Ramsey, and then Cody Ramsey gave it to Zach Lomax, who somehow found his way out into the end goal. And we get down to the 40-metre line and get a penalty. It was a big play for some young fellas.
Half-time, it was 14-12 to the Warriors. They have scored 4 tries each today, but Reece Walsh only 1 from 4, albeit the kicks have been from wide out. Dragons on their own 20. And another penalty be nice now as the Dragons go left. Sully's way. Sully's side. He's lost the ball. Sully loses it. It run for some 24 metres, cutting defenders along, and loses it on halfway.
We'll take 25 off him, Vossi, because he should have held on to that pass. He tried to pass it. He didn't lose it. He sees some support and he tries to flick it out or get in a position to flick it out. He should have just taken the tackle.
Definitely was in the motion of trying to fashion some sort of pass there. The Warriors with Johnson. And they just chip and chip away, but they need a little more than that. The clock will soon become their enemy. Johnson, wider to Harris, goes out the back to Walsh. And, oh, great step. Walsh just falls as he was collected by Molo. Francis it was. 23 metres from the line. To Vanga, to Harris. Right side seems most likely for the Warriors. Katoa tries to get through there. Good tackle to Bellin. 5 tackles up, Warriors. Need repeat set at the very least. Johnson hangs onto the ball, throws it away for Vailea. And the Warriors in the corner. Not the play you wanted from Johnson, I wouldn't have thought there.
No, but it was a big play from Jack Bird, who got off his try line. Sean Johnson tried to skip on the outside of him, but he showed his speed and was able to hang on to him. And then they come up with the football, but a big defensive play by Jack Bird.
7 to go, 6 the difference. Dragons, who were beaten in Golden Point last week, want to avoid it this week. They could not finish it last week. Mbai playing it there on the 20. Lomax has come in from right centre. He's over Sully's side there. So that is the last tackle. Only 25 metres gained there. A little low in energy there, the Dragons. Long kick required. They've done that on the run. Walsh with the ball from his own 20. Reece Walsh links up straight away. Montoya away for Pompey! Slides over the sideline. Have a look at the celebrations of the Dragons.
Oh, big play, Tariq Sims. You would have thought he would have had the speed to get around him, but Tariq never gave up. Chased really hard, and as we saw in the first half, you need to stay away from that sideline. But that's a big play by the Dragons back rower.
What about the emotion on show? 6 to go, and they've run in from everywhere to join in. And you applauded to that man, Tariq Sims. That on play 1, the Warriors on halfway. Oh, it's tense for the coaches, Griffin and Brown. Coming into today, Griffin with a 6-1 record against Nathan Brown. And coaches coaching games head-to-head. Maybe 7-1. There's Nathan. Hasn't been happy times for the Warriors. Johnson. Well, they're level on the ladder and outside the 8. They both desperately need a win today. Moses Mbai, Amon. Are they thinking field goal? Are they thinking 7 or not?
I think they're thinking to score. They're going to shift early to that left edge again through Hunt over to Sully.
DeBell and to Hunt. They rushed up. They don't make the tackle. Suddenly it was almost 3-on-1. Ramsey caught there. Katoa, the defender. 4 tackles down. The Dragons. Yet another run for Amon. That right foot step. It can be lethal. Last play. They're in front of the post. No one thinking field goal. They go left side. Hunt, little double pump, make it a triple. And the Warriors defence across there on the last play in a corner. It's okay, Dragons.
Yeah, it's okay, but I think, you know, the coach would have preferred to get to that centre field position, get either Lomax or Ben Hunt to have a crack at that field goal.
Sideline, James Hooper, story on Adam Fanua-Blake.
If the Warriors are going to manufacture a miracle escape here, Andrew, it's going to have to be being down to 16 men. Adam Fanua-Blake, a foot injury, he's out. He's been their best forward today. He's out for the rest of the game.
Okay, 4.5 to go of regulation time. Fanua-Blake today, 18 hit-ups, 182 metres.
Fantastic effort.
Warriors 15 metres inside their own half. Margin is 6. And now left side on the bounce. Play on the call. Play on is the call. Pompey, and it's gone over the sideline. The Rugby League gods are wearing red and white there.
Well, they have to chance their arm. They need to score a try. I'm not quite sure about this one. It's not Sean Johnson, who's not a forward pass or a knock-on. But anyway, they go down this left edge. Just the flip park wasn't on.
Yeah. Look at that. There was a little chance there, Montoya, of getting it. Oh, Nathan. Coaching. Shane, you're missing coaching, do you? You're missing it.
Not at all when I'm in the coach's box. I went in the commentary box. When this game's over, I go and jump on my car, go home, have a nice dinner, no stress.
No, that's right. I'm saying it's not monkeypox, but I'm surprised coaches don't come out in spots when they're tense and have moments like that. Coach's pox. Fuimaono's out there for the Dragons. We're 3.5 minutes away from full time. The Dragons just need to get it done. Certainly if they score next, it's closed out for sure. DeBellin to play it here. Moses Mbai, Amon with it. It's been a good game from the young 5'8". Ramsey's been a good game from the young fullback. They're 22 from the line. Amon for Hunts, tries a kick, ricochet, gets it back. Lucks of fortune there. But no, oh yes, restart of the count, is it? Now Surly rushing up at a broken defensive line. Dragons 5 away. Hunt tries short side. Change of plan. Bird is with it. Bird is offload late. Mbai trying to roll his way towards the try line. 2.5 to go now. To centre field, right in front of the post. There's the right foot step. Young Amon. It's a real weapon. You're going to be watching that for many years, this young 5'8", what he can do. Slow play the ball. Mbai for Hunt to deliver it for Ramsey. There's Lomax spinning, offloading. It's, well, what will they rule here?
Passed it back.
Passed it back.
Ricochet in the in goal.
And the Warriors have knocked it in goal. They get a line drop out from it.
Well, go and buy a lottery ticket, Zach Lomax, because that pass wasn't on. He flicked it out the back, but it's gone in to a Warriors player. And the Warriors are going to have to drop the ball out, but that pass wasn't on. Could have landed in the Warriors' hands, streeted away up the other end of the field.
There's less than 2 minutes to go. Here it is, the roll of the dice. They go hard for the sideline. Oh, Ravalawa, what a catch. What a catch. They play a lot of cricket in Fiji. That was quite a catch by Ravalawa on the boundary. Saved to 6. And the ball is with Fuimaono. If the Warriors get the ball again, they'll have only seconds to play with it. DeBellin, Hunt, one-hander, roped it in, offloaded to Mbai. Mbai, 12 metres away from the line. jinking across field. Dragons fans have their hands almost around the 2 competition points. A moan doesn't switch play.
Take control,
5 from the
Ben Hunt.
line. Here they are in front of the post. DeBellin, Hunt, across again. Oh, knocked off his feet. Bird. Absolutely clipped there. That was heavy.
Last tackle, he's holding his
Johnson's
head.
hurt. Jack Bird tending to Sean Johnson here. That's quite a moment. That shot, like he was rubbing his hair.
Well, his own players sort of got him in a crusher position, and as he comes over the top.
Tohu Harris over the top there. That's where the damage was done for Sean Johnson. 5 tackles down.
It's an advantage for the Dragons here. They can get themselves together. Ben Hunt can explain to his whole team what he needs. I think it's last tackle, is it, Vossi?
It is.
Last tackle, so what do they want to do here? They want to roll it in? Do they want to set up for a field goal? This is a purpose opportunity.
Lomax has come over to the sideline.
He's asking the trainer.
Instruction, do you want us to set up? What's the message going to be? Lomax is staying out wide, so I would say we will not go field goal.
You know, if Ben Hunt can just roll it into the end goal, it's game over. Or do they run it into a corner and give the Warriors 1 or 2 tackles?
Warriors only the 1 second half try. Again, it is 4 tries all at the moment. Here it is, last play. It's Hunt to take the shot. He's got 1 field goal in the career. He's still got 1 in the career.
Time's off.
He's almost put it into the lap of the people handing out the how to vote cards over at the school, behind the ground.
Wait for the tap.
That's a big miss when you had time to set it up. So the Warriors have got 30 seconds to try and take us into Golden Point. Game 1 of Super Saturday, Cowboys and Storm. Roosters and Panthers to come. Vailea's away. He's over halfway, and that's a great tackle in by on Vailea there. They're 40 metres from the Dragons line. Dragons are offside here. No set restart, won't matter anyway. Final 10 seconds. Walsh is with the ball. Walsh is offload. Pompey, Montoya on the spin. Kept it alive. DeBellin. The ball is still alive. Play on for Johnson. Johnson, Hail Mary, high ball, Arzi with it, Warriors now overlap, Tavanga kept going, then the ball, oh, it's on again, Vailea, back to Tavanga, throws it over the top, Johnson keeps it alive, Harris, it's on the deck for the 18th time, and now they can't offload. It's almost Sunday when that play ends, but the Dragons have done it. It's a glorious win, in their opinion. They had to fight so hard, come from behind on a couple of occasions, and at full time, the Dragons have their 5th win of the season. St George Illawarra 24, the Warriors 18.